One of the most revered eras in R&B is the 90s. While the early 90s was dominated by the sound of New Jack Swing, by the mid-90s, hip-hop and R&B began to find its way onto the charts with the emergence of Mary J. Blige and many others. The mid-90s provided us with some of the best R&B music ever recorded, timeless classics for female groups and solo artists that have stood the test of time. While others have faded from the scene, their music still lives on. Follow me as we take a trip back and rediscover some of the most memorable ladies of R&B from the mid-90s.
You're watching it live from Times Square, the crossroads of the world, in 10 seconds. We'll wish you a little early Happy New Year. Thanks ever so much for making us a part of your party. It is now 1992. Happy New Year!
To get to where you're going, sometimes you gotta look back at where you came from. In 1992, brought some memorable R&B for the ladies. Mary J. Blige released her debut album, What's the 411? Jade released a massive single with their 1992 smash hit, Don't Walk Away. TLC released their debut album, Ooh, on a TLC tip. But there was another female group coming from New York City that was ready to solidify their spot in the music industry. Coco, Taj, and Lily. They are sisters with voices, better known as SWV.
The S, the double, the U, and the V is in the house.
Lily, Coco, and Taj. R&B hip hop, the little pop feel to it.
When Lily wanted to do a girl group, she saw Shanice and she was like, "Oh, we can do that. We can do that." So she reached out to Coco, and Coco reached out to me.
When we first got together, we had a couple of names before we settled on SWV.
Sisters of Voices with Four Shades of
Four
Rhythm.
Shades of
Four Shades of
Rhythm.
Rhythm. We were TLC.
TLC.
To Marilyn and Cheryl.
Yes, and then we finally settled on Sisters with
SWV,
Voices, aka SWV.
In 1992, SWV released their debut single, Right Here. The song quickly became a hit. It climbed to number 13 on the Billboard Hot 100 while reaching number 1 on the Billboard R&B chart.
It caught us by surprise. We thought it would be gradual, but like it started, we took a nap and it was gone.
We went on a promo tour and couldn't go home because we had blown up just like that fast.
But the song record's impact grew even larger once the group released the remix, which sampled Michael Jackson's Human Nature. And it also sampled a little-known producer at the time, who goes by the name of Pharrell Williams.
Lately there seems to be some insecurities about the way I feel, where I wanna be. Boy, I know it with you. No one can do the things you do to me.
He was like, I think he was 20, 21. He was a baby. He was a baby. Matter of fact, we teased him the whole time. You too young. Shut up. Oh, you don't know. Shut up. You a baby. But he did a great song. He did a great song. And he took a chance on me singing that bridge. He allowed me to do that bridge. And also in the remix, that's him saying SWV. It was a part of a rhyme. He was actually supposed to rap on that song, and I think it might be on YouTube if you look for it. Right here, Human Nature remix. He's actually rapping, but they just took that little part and put him on there.
October of 1992, the group released their debut album, It's About Time. Fueled by the songs Weak, I'm So Into You, and Downtown. The album exploded commercially, reaching number 8 on the Billboard 200 and number 1 on the top R&B albums chart. The year 1993 brought us the inauguration of President Bill Clinton. Michael Jordan shocked the sports world with the announcement of his retirement from the NBA. The Bodyguard dominated movie box offices and Billboard charts, with leading actress Whitney Houston in the 1993 smash hit, I Will Always Love You. As hip-hop and R&B were beginning to merge into a smoother, more soulful sound, 2 young women attending college in Philadelphia were unknowingly preparing to create one of the most recognizable duos of the decade, Gene Norris and Renee Neufeld. They go by the name of Zhané.
First, Renee and I were like best friends. We went to college together in Philly at Temple, and that's where we met. We started singing together there. Gosh, so much stuff. We started there even singing in talent shows, weddings, things like that.
Zhané which is actually both of their names combined together, Zhane and Renee, with a Z and an H for a little pizzazz. Eventually caught the attention of Philadelphia native DJ Jazzy Jeff, who helped introduce her to the music industry. Soon after, they connected with DJ KG, producer of Naughty by Nature.
Now, Zhané is something different, you know, because I started, before I even had Devon Mill, I had Illtown Records.
Yeah.
And Zhané was the first artist that I actually put out, which was R&B, you know, and it was different, you know, coming from a hip hop background and being a hip hop artist, as well as a hip hop producer coming out as Naughty by Nature. The first artist that I, you know, spawned out to do and to produce and develop was Zhané, which was R&B.
That partnership would help shape the duo's signature sound and launch their career nationally. In July of 1993, Zhané released their debut single, Hey Mr. DJ.
Everybody, move your body, now do it. Here is something that's gonna make you move and groove. Hey DJ, keep playing that song on and on, all night, on and on and on.
The record became an instant hit, climbing to number 6 on the Billboard Hot 100 and reaching number 1 on the Billboard R&B chart. In September of 1994, Zhané released their debut album, pronounced Zhané, driven by hits like Sending My Love and Groove Thing. The album reached number 37 on the Billboard 200 and climbed to number 8 on the top R&B albums chart. The year of 1994, it brought us the start of the O.J. Simpson trials. Forrest Gump dominated movie box offices, and Nelson Mandela was inaugurated South Africa's first black president. The females of R&B was having a defining moment as well. In May of 1994, Aaliyah released her debut album, Age Ain't Nothing But a Number, with a breakout single, Back and Forth. The group Changing Faces released their debut album with the breakout single, Stroke You Up. In August of 1994, the group Brownstone released their debut single, Past the Lovin'. But there was another solo artist who was ready to make her 1994 debut as well. She's known to some as the Vocal Bible. Her name is Miss Brandy Norwood, or simply Brandy.
Coming to the stage right now, all the way from LA, California, 16-year-old sensation, Brandy!
I got system to say, baby, baby.
Yeah, I grew up in LA. I was originally born in Mississippi, though.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Okay. When did you know you wanted to sing?
When I was 4.
Oh, do you remember it?
Yeah, I remember when I first sang my first solo.
Where were you?
I was in church. I was 2 years old and I sang Yes, Jesus Loves Me.
Brandy grew up in a musical family, singing in church and performing at local talent shows, alongside her brother Ray J.
This is my brother Ray J, who played on Simba. He will be coming out very soon. Doesn't he look cute today?
Her vocal ability quickly caught attention in the Los Angeles music scene, through auditions and industry showcases, before being signed to Atlantic Records while she was still in her early teens. On September 6, 1994, Brandy released her debut single, I Wanna Be Down.
I would like to get to know if I could be the kind of girl that you could be down for. 'Cause when I look at you, I feel something tell me, yeah, that you're the kind of guy that I should make a move on.
The song became an instant success, reaching number 6 on the Billboard Hot 100 and climbing to number 1 on the Billboard R&B chart. The remix, featuring Queen Latifah, Yo-Yo, and MC Lyte, helped bridge the growing connection between hip-hop and R&B. And just weeks later, on September 27th, she released her self-titled debut album, Brandy, powered by hits like Baby, Broken Hearted, and Best Friend.
Who was your mentor?
Whitney Houston.
Yeah? And you knew from her that you wanted to do it?
Yes.
That's really great. Tell me about your new album.
Well, it's a R&B. It's a joyride. It's a really nice album. It was produced by Keith Crouch and some other producers.
Okay, well, that's really great. Well, we have you up here sitting looking pretty, and we're going to have you perform another song from your debut self-titled album.
'Cause I'm your sister, and always fair. And I don't know what I do without you from the beginning till the end. You've always been here. You'll always be. So I'll call you my best friend.
The album reached number 20 on the Billboard 200 and eventually sold millions of copies worldwide. It established Brandy as one of the leading young faces of 90s R&B.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy 1995!
1995 is often remembered as the year of the Million Man March, which brought hundreds of thousands of black men to the nation's capital, Washington, D.C. Pixar's Toy Story was released as the first feature-length computer animated film. The internet went mainstream with the release of Windows 95 and the launch of sites like Amazon and eBay. And just like 1994, the ladies of R&B was still shaking the room. SWV was riding the wave of their club banger, Anything, featuring Wu-Tang Clan. Adina Howard released her infectious single, Freak Like Me. Brownstone released their major hit, If You Love Me. The First Lady of Bad Boy, Faith Evans, released her breakout single, Used to Love Me, followed by a critically acclaimed album, Faith. But there was another trio from the Bad Boy camp about to make some noise. Kima, Keisha, and Pam. They go by the name of Total.
I'm Kima. I'm Pam representing Keisha. Yo, where y'all all about? Where y'all from?
From Jersey, and our group name is Total. We signed to Bad Boy.
Alright, yo, in 94, what y'all gonna do for us?
Put more flavor in your ear.
We bringing mad flavor. I hear that. That's much love, you know what I'm saying? But what's up? What's your new single out?
We don't have a single out right now. We're in the studio right now.
Alright, yo, y'all got any shout-outs to say?
Just want to give a shout-out to our manager, Mama Sid, and Puff Daddy.
Alright.
The group formed in Plainfield, New Jersey, and began honing their harmonies and edgy image under the mentorship of Norman Bradley.
This is the man responsible for Total.
You already know, Kima.
He put us together, and we love him dearly for it. I don't know if we ever gave him the recognition he deserved, but Norm, you definitely set us on a journey that we're still on, and we thank you for it.
The man that wrote Just a Freak of Me, the songs that we sung when we got with Diddy, this man right here.
Eventually, they caught the attention of rising music executive Sean Puffy Combs and signed to his label, Bad Boy Records.
We happened to bump into a personal friend of Puffy's. Well, not bump into the guys that we were working with from the Bronx. They kept our number, and everybody, you know, still kept it cool and everything. And they called us and said, well, if you're looking for management, if you're still trying to sing, I have somebody that's, you know, that's from Mount Vernon and she grew up with, you know, Heavy D and Pete Rock still flew, and she, you know, it's probably a good connection.
Right.
We riding. Kathy was like, y'all gotta always be ready. Yeah. So she pulls up, she goes upstairs, she's like, I'll be right back. She comes downstairs and she was like, okay, I need y'all to make up a song and put Puffy's name in it. So he comes downstairs, he introduces himself, and then we just start singing, but we're performing. Yeah. We like
had him all backed up against the wall in the elevator. He was looking at us like,
he had his mouth open. He was like, so he was like, yo, y'all sound really good. He was like, yo, I just would encourage y'all to keep doing what y'all doing. You know, don't let nobody break y'all up. 2 o'clock that morning, he called Kathy. He was like, don't take them nowhere. I want to sign them.
A lot of people, when they become artists, they go through changes with changing themselves to make this certain image, but we're Total. That's who we've been before we met each other, during, while, and after, and basically Puffy just, you know, took what we had and enhanced it.
Hey, what was the first song that y'all did? What was the first one y'all recorded?
Well, we recorded songs that never went anywhere because we were just trying to find our sound, but Juicy
with Biggie.
Juicy was the first record y'all did.
Yeah. The story behind how we wound up recording Juicy is like, Big was like our little big brother. Like, we were close with Big, so we would frequently be in New York hanging out in the studio with him. So he called us one day. He was like, come to the city. He was in the studio. So we went to the studio. And he was playing Juicy. Keisha started humming something. Biggie was like, y'all should go in there and put that down. So he, you know, just gave us some words or whatever, and we went in there and we put it down, and Puff had us come back the next day and do the One More Chance song. So
January 1995, Total made their official debut on the single Can't You See, featuring Notorious B.I.G. For the soundtrack to the film New Jersey Drive. The song became an instant street anthem, reaching number 13 on the Billboard Hot 100 and helping introduce Total to mainstream audiences nationwide.
To whom it may concern, Junior Mafia's the click. Act up, I have my home Total. Do your thing, girl.
In the middle of the train now, baby, I seem to think of only you. Oh, yeah.
In January 1996, Total released their self-titled debut album, Total, fueled by hits like Kissing You, No One Else, and Do You Think About Us. The album reached number 23 on the Billboard 200 and climbed to number 4 on the R&B albums chart. Stay tuned for part 2 as we highlight some of the ladies of R&B who made noise during the second half of the decade of 90s R&B.